want to continue to be consistent in their particular games, they got to do just what Coach just mentioned and do it well.
Yeah, and they're always fundamentally sound, especially on this court. Tony, the 6-4 record for LaVille's deceiving. We talked about it in their game against Knox. They lost a really a heartbreaker at Argus, an overtime game, and they've lost the one possession game at North Judson earlier in the season. That John Glenn game was a couple possession game, and Glenn widen the margin there towards the end of the game. So again, and LaVille more than held their own against Memorial. So let's go to the starting lineups.
Second guard of 5'9" senior number 12, Jared Bulis. Starting at third guard of 5'10" sophomore number 24, Tyson Yates. Starting at forward is 6'1" junior number 34, Keegan Westifer. Starting at center, 6'4" senior, number 33, Tyler Heckerman. Triton Trojans are coached by Jason Grove. Now let's meet the starting lineup for the home team to scoreboard, the LaVille Lancers. Starting at one guard, 5'11" senior, number 3, Connor Wazorek. Starting at the other guard, 5'11" junior, number 23, Andrew Dill. Starting at one forward is 6'3" junior, number 22, Bobby Good. Starting at second forward is 6'4" senior, number 34, Austin Dove. Starting at third forward is 6'2" senior, number 44, Jimmy Fisher. Lancers are coached by Michael Edison.
Welcome to the 55th annual TCU Bi-County Basketball Tournament. Hi again, everyone. Tony Ross along with Doug Griffin and Evan Mangus as we get ready for the boys contest. The Lancers coming in with a 6-4 record, identical to their opponent tonight at 6-4, the Triton Trojans. And out of the gate, Doug, what's got to happen here?
Well, it's important. LaVille's going to have to find, Triton's number 1 and number 2 scorers, that being number 10, Ashton Oviedo, and coach's son, number 33, Tyler Heckerman. If you're Triton, again, you got to find Wazorek, make things difficult for him, keep him off the foul line, and definitely mark up Bobby Good from the perimeter. Get a body on him, hands high.
All right, the tip is going to be controlled, and the Lancers will be going left to right on your radio dial with the basketball. And on the near side, it's Andrew Dill. Dill now finding Dove over to Bobby on the left wing side. Bobby Good reversed it over to the near corner to Wazorek. Connor has had a couple of good games recently. So has Bobby Good, but he misses the 3 there. Rebound deflected to Dill, and he's going to pop one home from the low volleyball line. And LaVille jumps out to a 2-0 lead a half a minute into this game. So it'll be Triton with their first possession of the night, and it's Tyson Yates with the basketball. He'll get it over to the near side of Keegan Westifer. Westifer finds his middle man, that's Heckerman. Heckerman coming in at 6'1", or make that 6'4", able to dump it off into Jared Bulis. Bulis now to the right side, it's going to be Heckerman again, brings it back out. Oviedo with his first touch of the night to the near side. Bulis again. Bulis dribbling, kicks it and reverses it to the near wing. Tyson make that Westifer with the ball one more time. Now into the hands of Yates. Tyson lost the ball on the baseline. Lancers steal. Dill comes away with it, pushes it up court, slowed down once he got to the perimeter. So LaVille now back on the offense. Connor Wazorek on the left wing side, tried to dart in, but he was fouled on a contact foul by Ashton Oviedo, the young sophomore. 2-0 LaVille, just about a minute and a half, a little over a minute and a half into this first quarter at the 55th annual TCU Bi-County Basketball Tournament. Connor Wazorek has the basketball. He'll get it over to Andrew Dill. Dill on the right wing side, still looking. And finally, it's Bobby Good. Now to Wazorek. Wazorek to the post, up strong, and firing it home is Jimmy Fisher. Fisher coming in, averaging right around 5 points a game, makes it 4-0 LaVille. So now Triton will go back on the offense. And it's going to be Yates with the basketball. With possession, it's Heckerman again, driving to the low volleyball line. Oviedo steps off to the right, launches the 3. The rainbow comes down, nothing. The rebound taken by Fisher, up ahead to Dove. Dove's got a lane right side, goes in strong. That's going to be enough. Score and a foul. Big bucket for Dove.
Basket is good.
Austin, a 6'4" senior, coming in averaging 8 points a game for the Lancers, a 53% shooter from the floor.
14.
A lot of high percentage shots comes from this young man just because of that aggressiveness that we just saw a moment ago. 6-0 Lancers. Just about 2 minutes into this first quarter. The free throw is up, and Dove will have it go in and out. The rebound yanked down by Heckman. And now Triton will go to the offense.
And how big was that transition bucket? It drew the second personal foul on Triton's leading scorer, Oveda, and he's now sitting on the bench.
Bulis pocket pick. Connor leads the Dove. He two hands it home for the Lancers. Timeout, Jason Groves and the Triton Trojans, who have fallen in a 8-0 hole early. We'll be back with more of the 55th annual TCU Bi-County Basketball Tournament on the boys' side here in Game 2 on Max 98.3 Sports.
We need a minivan for the kids. That's when I found my credit union, TCU. I got a great rate on a loan and so much more. TCU showed me how easy banking can be. 24/7 mobile access, convenient checking, and cash back on debit card purchases. And with the Kids Club, my kids beg to go to TCU. They're having fun saving.
To learn how TCU can help you, visit tcunet.com.
My family, their future. That's why TCU is my credit union.
TCU, federally insured by the NCUA.
All right, courtside, brought to you by Belmar BP, and here's Evan Mangus.
Thanks, Tony. Coach Groves just told his players that they got to make sure they're staying calm and taking care of the ball and just make sure they're making the right reads on offense.
Right now, they find themselves in a 8-0 hole, getting on offense, as Heckman has it on the right elbow. Tries to dart in, can't, able to find his man, Gardner, and now work to a three by Bulis. Off to the right, no good. Bobby Good grabs the board. Here come the Lancers back in the counter. Wazorek skips it all the way to Bobby Good. Far wing, a three launch. Bobby Good hits it, and now it's an 11-0 lead.
It was actually Andrew Dill, Tony,
Is that Dill who
buried
hit that?
Yep.
Wow, okay. So Dill gets that three ball, and now the other way. Handling the basketball. This is Westifer. Now to Bulis. Guarded by Jimmy Fisher. Bulis gets by momentarily. And now worked on to the right wing side to Westifer. Westifer back to Heckman. Heckman thought about the three. Now to the top. Gardner to Yates. Drives in with a floater. And he draws the foul on the floor. So that blocking foul goes into Jimmy Fisher of the Lancers. And this will be a shooting foul, sending Tyson Yates to the line. Young sophomore comes in hitting at 67% from the charity stripe. This Triton team, I'll tell you, down the stretch, you don't want them at the free throw line. They're at 74% coming in to the Bi-County. That free throw rolls out. So Triton has yet to get on the board. Still trailing 11-zip.
Well, LaVille's really tuned in. You can tell it on the defensive end. Great defensive pressure per usual from an Edison team, and they started the game knocking down 5 of 6 shots.
Yates knocks down that free throw, gets Triton on the board, and now it's 11-1. LaVille has a lead in the basketball. Wazorek with it. Skipped it over to the far side to Andrew Dill. Popping out Fisher, around to the near wing. Bobby Good for three. He shoots and scores. Bobby Good hits the three ball. 14-1 now, Lancers. Back on the counter of the Trojans. Hopping into the lane and able to get a shot away was Amsden. And now back out into the hands of Yates again. Yates directs some traffic, tries to get it to the post up. And Heckman kicks it to a wing, leaping in the air to save it. And then losing it on the play was Amsden, but then he goes after the loose ball, and he is fouled from behind on the play, and that'll go against Bobby Good.
With a foul, number 22.
Could Michael Edison have scripted any better, Tony? 6 of 7 they're shooting from the floor, and he's got 4 of his 5 starters already in the scoring column.
That'll like that indeed. On the Reese Here 8 Center scoreboard, 14-1 LaVille. Triton looking for the first field goal of the night. Trying to dribble in from that left wing side, or right wing side was Gardner. Ran into a double team, and the Lancers come away with the steal because of that defensive double. And now it's going to be Wazorek to bring it across the timeline. Connor to Jimmy Fisher to Andrew Dill. Got bumped by Yates, no call. Dill will try to dribble away from him. Does, finding Dove. Dove skips to the corner, caught Connor. Skipped it out to the top. Jimmy Fisher for three. Jimmy hits the three ball. 17-1 LaVille. Back the other way. Triton running the offense. Amsden tries to dribble to the right elbow. Got it down to the post up. Westerfer goes up strong. Couldn't bank it home. Rebound, Bobby Good. LaVille with a chance to extend this 16-point advantage. This is going to be Wazork spinning, kicking it out. Dill, three, got blocked. Triton comes away with the loose ball, but Westerfer and Heckerman both came down with an arm on the ball. Westerfer came down with it ultimately on the ground, and on his backside gets called for traveling. So that's the kind of luck it's been for Triton defensively and offensively, quite frankly, in this first quarter. But this, if this team is anything, has been resilient throughout the entire season. LaVille tries to get the offense going. Bobby Good off a screen, hits or misses the three. The rebound, Yates couldn't grab it. Dill chased it down. Dill escapes, pull-up floater, good from the low volleyball line. And now it's a 19-1 LaVille, and Jason Groves of Triton needs to stop the bleeding and does with a timeout call. 19-1, Lancers lead. It's the boys' game. And LaVille has the lead with 2:49 left in the first at the 55th annual TCU Bi-County Tournament. Back after this timeout.
I put off getting hearing aids longer than I should have. I had difficulty hearing the kids, and it just progressed. When I went out with my friends, there were times I couldn't take part in the conversation, so I just would sit there and nod and act like I was hearing them, but I wasn't. And they said, it's getting worse. We're afraid that you're going to start withdrawing. And I made an appointment within a week. Since I've gotten my hearing aids, I notice how much I hear in the classroom now. The best part is I no longer feel isolated.
If you're struggling with hearing loss, visit Alan Reese Hearing Aid Center at 322 North Michigan Street in downtown Plymouth, or call them at 936-8878.
Well, our game of the week at the 55th annual TCU Bi-County Basketball Tournament is brought to you in part by our good friends at the Plymouth Ponderosa Steakhouse. Get their wings to go in 12/25/50 party packs. Go to Ponderosa for your next catering event. All right, Evan Mangus, what was said at that Triton huddle?
Tony, Coach Groves just told his guys they've got to find a way to settle down and stop playing scared. Right now they're trying to play a little too fast, and it's led to a lot of turnovers, and it's what's gotten them down 18 right now in the first quarter.
Yeah, and LaVille is just sizzling from the field, knocked down 8 of 11 shots to build this 18-point bulge.
All right, Triton runs the offense. Amsden with it at the back volleyball line. We'll get it to Westerford, tried to thread it down low to Heckerman, stolen by LaVille. And then Good doubled off the ball. He lost it. Triton the other way. Amsden through a double team. Gets fouled on his way to the bucket. And that'll stop the clock at the 2:25 mark of the first. I'll tell you, we are going to see some good defense. And quick defense by both teams here, even though Triton right now is struggling in that particular department. This is a very good defensive team. They have given up on the season per game only 40 points and about scored their opponents on an average of 9. Amsden's going to knock that free throw down, giving Triton their second point of the night. So it's 19-2 LaVille, 2:25 left in the first. Second free throw. Amsden short-armed it, missed it. Good had the rebound, but he was coming down awkward and lost the ball. So the Lancers will cough up possession. Triton will get a new play call here with an inbound right of the basket. Amsden will look to inbound here. And it's going to be Westerfer. Nice post up, and he got the roll. So Keegan gets the bucket, 19-4. Now Wazork for LaVille, finding Dove. Got the return, Wazork for three. Got it! Boy, that day, that kid starts getting hot. He came into today's play, folks, with 48 points in his last 2 games. And that's that stroke right there shows he still got it. 22-4 LaVille.
Every starter for the Lancers has scored in this game.
Triton running the offense. Gardner has it in his hands. Gardner trying to get open, can't. Now he finally does, finding Heckerman in the corner. Heckerman looking for somebody out top. Bulis was supposed to be the guy, not there. Now he needs some help, and Gardner has the pass go away from him. It's stolen by Wazork. Goes in for the layup. He shoots and scores. Connor Wazork. And now a 20-point lead for LaVille at 24-4.
Tony, Jason Groves just shaking his head.
Yeah, at this juncture, you don't know how you stop the bleeding. Amsden on a crossover, gets in between the blocks, stops in his tracks, Westerfer came by, but he got stopped on his drive. Westerfer now doubled along the baseline, needs help. Popping out with a grab is Gardner. Gardner, guarded by Good. Gardner bumped along the way near the perimeter. Now to Westerfer, tries to find Heckerman. There's the entry. Dove guards him. Heckerman takes him. Goes up strong, shoots over him, and can't get the roll. The rebound, Bobby Good. And LaVille back on the offense, up by 20. This is Dove. Wazork to Dill. Dill on that left wing side.
Well, and Jason Groves in that offensive set from the bench was yelling spacing because his team was just sort of clustered and really making things from a defensive standpoint easy for LaVille. Got to be spaced on offense, Tony.
Wazork's going to look at the clock, which shows 27 seconds left, and the Lancers just going to hold the pill. Great
what
start.
A quarter, yeah.
Great
took the words
start
right out of my mouth. What a
this LaVille
quarter
team.
for Michael Edison's club.
Lancers came in averaging 55 points a game, giving up 51. And here they already are, 24 points after the first, and looking to add to it here with 7 seconds left in the first. Bobby Good with 5. Now to Connor off a screen for 3. It's no good, tipped around. And that's how the first quarter comes to an end. So a fine performance by the home team at Daly Cox Gymnasium, side of the 55th annual TCU Bi-County Basketball Tournament. After one quarter of play in the boys game, LaVille 24, Triton 4, back after this timeout.
Chevy or Buick pricing, and they have over 300 great pre-owned vehicles in the Shepherd Family Auto Group. So go see them today at the corner of 14 and 25 in Rochester or online at shepherdsrochester.com. And remember, at Shepherd Chevy Buick in Rochester, they will always treat you like family.
TCU Bi-County Basketball on Max 98.3 brought to you by Ancilla College. If you're thinking of heading back to college, let Ancilla provide you the education needed to get your career going. And Ancilla, we believe in you. Evan Mangus had a chance to go onto the LaVille side in between quarters. What'd you get from Coach Edison, Evan?
Well, Tony, Coach Edison just told his guys the main focus on defense right now has got to be to not foul. They've got to make sure that they're playing solid defense, but they can't get any foul trouble. And on offense, they just got to keep doing what they've been doing, keep getting good shots and good looks, and the ball will keep falling in.
Well, how do you jump out to a 20-point first quarter lead? You knock down 10 of 14 shots. For those mathematicians out there, that's over 71% from the floor, LaVille shooting. Real quick, a first quarter score actually into the first quarter. New Prairie leads Argus 13-2. Bremen, I'm sure this game's further along. They lead Culver, or that last score we had was 13-4 in the second quarter.
All right, Yates has the basketball for Triton. Going right to left on your radio down. Here's a kick to the corner, Oviedo. Already with some foul trouble, and he's going to travel thanks to Austin Dove stepping into the lane and slowing down his momentum. Right place, right time. Well, that's just Edison defense. Hayden Doyle into the game now for LaVille. He'll come off a screen, but kind of goes the other way with a pass to Dove. Dove wants to go baseline on his pull-up, and Dove is going to draw a blocking foul. That's going to go against Amstead, and Jason Groves not happy at all with Ronday's call. Coleman, who's into the game for the Lancers, will have an inbound left to the basket right in front of the Triton student body. And it's worked around to Doyle. Left side to Coleman. Coleman takes on Yates. Yates makes the stop. Now to Fisher. To the right wing to Doyle. He fumbles the pass, gets it back, stays strong with it now. And the quarterback for the Lancers will get it to the top to Jimmy Fisher. Stopped at the free throw line. Bullets one over to Doyle, and we got a whistle on the moving screen on Austin Dove of the Lancers.
That'll be Austin Dove's second personal.
With a foul number 34, Austin.
So 7:17 left here in the second quarter. Triton will have the basketball. Triton this season shooting wise, and a baseline jumper by Oviedo is going to go awry. Triton came in shooting as a ball club right at 46%, but tonight it's been a struggle. Now Wazork for the Lancers to Doyle on the right wing side for the Lancers, who are a 40% shooting team, and now we got a hand check foul called the top Stops the clock at 6:52 here in a second. 24-4, LaVille with a dominating lead to this point.
Substitution for LaVille, number 42.
Dove's going to check out, and Tommy Gozi will come in. Resort will have control. Met up at the timeline by Amstead, worked over to Fisher, now finding Gozi. Tommy to Connor, Resort to the right elbow, goes right side into the paint, and they leave him untouched for the layup. Connor Resort makes it 26-4, LaVille. Amstead the other way, goes in for the layup, almost spun it home, but he couldn't. The rebound taken by the Lancers, and Resort will bring the ball up. Hits his trail man Fisher, who then gives to Doyle. Popping out Gozi for a touch as the half-court offense set up. Wazork off a high screen, can't do anything with it. Reverses it over to Jimmy Fisher out of his shooting range. Wazork now will kick it off to Coleman. To the left elbow, Gozi had the ball deflect away from him, but he maintained possession. Gozi will now dribble to the top of the key. He walked. That's Aiden Doyle. Called for the walk. And at the 6:06 mark of the second, it'll be Triton ball. Connor Wazork's going to grab a breather, and Andrew Dill will spell him, while Bobby Good will give Jimmy Fisher a blow. Triton will inbound. They got to go the length of the court here as Yates will bring it up. Tyson Yates, very good guard, averaging 9 points a game for Triton coming into tonight's play. Finding Heckerman outside the arc. Heckerman wants to cross over, then bullets one down low to Yates, spins off this guy, he finds Amstead, but he blew the layup, and the rebound taken by LaVille.
Got to hit those, Tony, especially when you're down.
Dill to Gozi, stepping up inside the arc with a long jumper. He drains it. Tommy Gozi, he's only averaging a point a game, just hit his 11th of the season. Here the other way is Amstead with a three. He shoots and scores. So Amstead with a nice answer back. He's averaging 6. And now LaVille back on the offense. Doyle in a 28-7 affair. LaVille on top. Coleman's going to get called for a walk right at the top of the key. So then Southmore will give the ball back to Triton, who will try to cut into this incredible deficit they find themselves in of down 21.
Well, that's what happens when you hit 4 triples in the opening quarter.
Yep.
And you shoot a blistering 71% from the floor.
Bulis with the ball. Jared needs some help for Triton. Bobby Good stays with him. Now Heckerman thought about the three. The big man's going to keep possession, roll it to the middle. Can't backdoor with a pass, so he finds his outlet to Oviedo. He's got to get going, and Oviedo's going to draw the foul on the floor. I say Oviedo's got to get going because right now he's tops on the team in scoring, averaging 14 points a game, came in with 135 on the season. That foul goes against Andrew Dill of the Lancers. Inbound Triton. Yates will lob it out. Keegan Westifer will tip it to Bulis. Gets it back to Yates this time. Bullets went backdoor lead to Heckerman on the reverse layup. Good set play by the Trojans. They trailing 28-9. Here's Gozi. Bad pass, stolen Yates. Triton the other way. This is going to be Yates. Right side layup. Score! And now it's a 28-11 affair. Bill's still in command, but you can sense a little bit of momentum starting to eke Triton's way. Dill. Top of the key to Coleman. Right side, able to hit Bobby Good. Reversed it back to Gozi. Now to Doyle. Doyle. Finding Dill rather. Dill from the right elbow. Stop there. Hands it off to Coleman. Kick to the corner to Doyle. Can't find the three. So keeps the ball out with the dribble. Down to Gozi. He gets to the elbow. That's it. Now back into the possession of Doyle again.
And some guys for LaVille getting some extended minutes because Leighton Sarnecki is sidelined with that ankle.
Doyle had his pocket picked, and it's going to be last touched by Good. LaVille turnover. It was Sarnecki out of the lineup. 3 new players come in for Michael Edison as Fisher, Wazork, and Fisher back in. And Dove, I should say. Back into the lineup, or in the lineup for the first time tonight, will be Hunter McIntyre, the 6-foot junior. McIntyre, very athletic individual, running back on the football team, you recall. Also played some linebacker, just a great athlete. He has the ball in his hands. Then he threw a bad pass. Bobby Good gets a steal and a breakaway layup. And LaVille gets an easy 2, making it 30-11. Well, just right now, when it rains, it pours, and this Triton team's in the midst of a monsoon. Nothing going their way. Oviedo to Westerfer. He launches a 3-ball. That's no good. All alone in a white jersey for the rebound was Jimmy Fisher. Outlets to Wazork. He's on the run. Kick to an open corner. Good left. Open. The line drive 3. No good. Dill got it back, and then he went to throw it back to Good, who was cutting. And the pass did not go there. It went to where he was, and that's going to wind up into the stands. So a LaVille giveaway will give Triton an inbound and the ball.
33, Tyler Heckerman.
Tyler Heckerman. Back in the game. Triton will get the ball up court, and now they're in the offense. Bulis to Oviedo. First 3 of the night is going to be nullified as he walked. That was a long 3-ball, too, that went in, but again, it ends up being a turnover by Triton. Evan, what do you got for us, my friend?
Well, Tony, I got a score update for the Bremen-Culver boys game. Bremen was up 47-13 after 3.
So the Lions looking to make it to a second round along with the girls who won their game. LaVille runs the offense. Dill from the corner. Shot from the 3-land. No good in the corner. Coming out to Oviedo. 1 against 2. Beautiful crossover, and Ashton scores. I think his first points of the night.
You are correct, Tony.
So it's 30-13. Lancers back on the offense and with the lead. Wazork out of the corner, finding Bobby Good, right angle high. Bobby to Dill. His 3-ball got blocked, and it's taken by Triton. And then a foul on the floor as Westerfer fouls Dill, and 3 free throws are coming to Andrew Dill. And so Jason Groves just walks away from the official after that. Not happy, by the way. Westerfer and Bulis are going to check out for Triton. And Amstead back into the game along with Gardner.
I think they called that on the floor, Tony, so it won't be
no
3 free throws.
Okay. So LaVille will run the half-court set. It'll be Fisher. Over to Good. Top, oh, bad pass. Stolen by Yates. He could have a breakaway, and he lays it in. Tyson Yates. I wonder how many of those he's gotten this season. That kid just reads plays so well. Zork now regroups on the offensive side of things for the Lancers. Fisher over to Bobby Good. Popping out Dill. Andrew guarded by Amstead. Now to Wazork, bumped by Yates. Wazork, though, in full control. Skipped to the corner, caught by Dill. Didn't fire it. Then he got fouled from behind by Amstead, who was trying to get a steal. Stops the clock at 1:27 here in the second quarter.
That's going to be Amstead's 3rd foul.
So 3 on Amstead indeed, and Keegan Westerfer is going to have to check back into the game here for Triton. And Jared Bulis will have to spell Amstead.
Number 12, Jared Bulis.
So Amstead and Yates will grab a breather. Inbound Lancers right in front of the Triton bench off to our right. We welcome all those tuning in to LVH1 via the live stream. This is Wazork finding Dill, and a whistle sounds, and a 3-second violation on the Triton Trojans, or on the LaVille Lancers, I should say.
It's turnover number 9 for LaVille, 8 in the quarter, Tony.
LaVille, if there's been a constant, it's the turnovers this year. And most of these turnovers have been untimely and in key situations.
Some more scores, Glenn, in total command against Oregon Davis after 1, leading 26-4. New Prairie also commanding Argus 30-10 in the second quarter.
Westerfer can't get a bucket, neither can Heckerman, and Triton will have to get back on defense. Bobby Good all alone, scores on the layup. Beautiful transition bucket by the Lancers, and now they're up by 17. Here's Oviedo for 3. That's no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Off who? That goes off Triton.
How many breakaway layups have we seen in this half by LaVille?
I've got 3 off the top of my head, but I got a horrible memory, so don't rely on me to.
Oh, don't sell yourself short.
So the Lancers will have the basketball for the remaining 35 seconds of this first half. This first half just flew by. Zork with the basketball. Zork just looking at the clock, and now it's down to 18 seconds. Now the Lancers are going to get a little motion going with 13. Yates is going to be guarding with Zork with 10. Now to Bobby Good. Good to Fisher, 7. Skipped it over to Dill. Dill passed up his 3 with 4. Now to Zork at the elbow, 2. Dill with 3 at 1. Couldn't bank it home, and that will end the first half. 32-15, LaVille has the lead over Triton here. And let's go with Coach Groves here real quick. Evan, take it away.
Thanks, Tony. Coach, a tough start, but you guys were able to kind of fix that up in the second quarter. What were you able to do in the second quarter that worked out a little better?
Wake up. Our kids were just playing scared. They turned the ball over too many times, weren't being aggressive, being passive, not getting back on defense, not defending, not rebounding, a little bit of everything.
What's going to be the key in the second half to finish this game strong?
Play basketball as best as we can. Obviously we didn't show up tonight. We got to show up second half.
All right, thanks, Coach. Back to you, Tony.
All right, Jason Groves with his thoughts on his team's first half performance and everything
Short
he
to
said.
the point, right?
Exactly. There's no elaboration in any of that because there doesn't need to be. His team is down 32-15 going into halftime, which is brought to you by our good friends at Oliver Ford and Lincoln, where we tip our hat to you. Don't go away. Our halftime show, it continues after this 2-minute timeout.
Club member for more information. Are you needing roof repair or looking to make your roof more energy efficient to save money? Call Energy Efficient Roofing in Plymouth. They do new or restoration roofing, no slope, flat roof, or even metal roofing projects. Energy Efficient Roofing can do the job.
Hey, remember, Michael's going to milk it, so probably adjustments for a second half as you got the lead. That's it.
Okay. Call 574-209-2226. That's 574-209-2226. Energy Efficient Roofing, your waterproofing specialist. Roof with the best or leaks like the rest.
Why take on loads of student loan debt when I can go to Ancela College? They are the least expensive private college in Indiana. They've built a 100-bed residence hall, expanded 18 job-ready associate degree programs, and they have athletic teams I can join. I can choose from nursing, criminal justice, agriculture, and more. Ancela College. We believe in you. Believe in yourself. www.ancela.edu.
Project manager for roofs to basements. And now me and MST with Floor Coverings International to bring you a mobile showroom with the latest carpet technologies and natural composite materials, all personally designed and professionally installed. A&M, Indiana's top-rated roofing and waterproofing contractor, now does flooring too. Call A&M now for a free estimate.
For a free estimate, call 574-807-6187.
Life doesn't come with a financial roadmap. It does come with a lot of bumps and red lights. Steering clear of those doesn't have to be difficult. With First Source Bank's mobile money management tools, you can see all your financial accounts, balances, and transactions in one place. So you can easily set monthly budgets to help manage expenses and debt and get the green light to a successful financial future with First Source's money management tools. First Source Bank, where better is better. Member FDIC.
Welcome to the Oliver Ford Lincoln halftime show on Max 98.3.
Well, the Oliver Ford Lincoln halftime show brought to you by Oliver Ford Lincoln, where we tip our hat to you. It is a halftime lead of 32-15. LaVille leading the Triton Trojans. And Doug, let's take a look at some numbers you got.
Wow, all you have to do is look at the first quarter numbers. If you're a LaVille fan, you shoot 71% from the floor to knock down 10 of 14 shots and jump all over the visiting team tonight. Triton lead 24-4. Like Jason Gross said, uphill climb. Team wasn't ready to play, and was sort of the LaVille avalanche, if you will. A little better effort in the second quarter, a lot better effort as the Trojans actually outscored LaVille 11-8 in that frame. A lot of that had to do with LaVille being so careless with the basketball. 8 turnovers in the second quarter alone after just turning the ball over one time in the opening frame. You look at LaVille, we talked about those 24 first quarter points. All 5 of their starters scored in that opening 8 minutes. Now at the break, you got Connor Wazorik's got 7 points, Bobby Good with 7, and you have Andrew Dill with 7. Not bad when you got 3 players at halftime with 7 points. Joining them in the scoring column, Jimmy Fisher's got 5, Austin Dove has added 4, and Tommy Gozzi added a field goal in the second quarter. Triton, again, as we talked about, points have been hard to come by as they trail 32-15 at the break. They're scoring. Tyson Yates had 5 points, and then they had Quentin Amston with 4 points, and they got field goals, 1 field goal each from their leading scorer, Ashton Oviedo, with 2, and Tyson Yates with, Tyler Heckerman with 2, which I'm sure his father, the coach, isn't too happy about. And Keegan Westerfer with just 2, and it's been a struggle for Triton. They looked in the second quarter like we thought they'd look for the entire game. Again, they got rattled. I pretty much saw it in LaVille's defensive intensity. First couple possessions, boy, they were locked in on the defensive end, and they were not giving much room for Triton shooters to breathe, let alone ball handlers to dribble the basketball, and got some turnovers. And Tony and I talked at the break. Boy, it seemed like almost at times a layup drill for the Lancers, because turning Triton over, getting out and running, and of course Dove had the 2-handed slam, and they had 3 or 4 other layups.
So that's why we got the score we have here at halftime, 32-15. Lancers have the lead. They are right now out rebounding Triton 16-4. They had 1 more turnover than Triton LaVille does, 9-8 in that department. Points off turnovers, 11-9 Triton. Second chance points, 4-0 LaVille. Bench points, 4-2 Triton in this one. The largest lead has been 24 points for LaVille, and the longest run has been LaVille with 19, and Triton, well, they haven't had a run. Matter of fact, they did. They have a 2-point run they did after that was it. That's simply because of the free throws. A free throw, a turnover, and a free throw. So there you go. That's what they've been able to get. And at this juncture right now, Triton shooting 35%, 6-17, 1 of 5 from outside, 2 of 4 from the line. And if you look at LaVille's numbers, they are 64% from the floor, 14 of 22. They are 0 for 1 from the line, 4 of 12 from outside for 33%. So again, numbers don't lie. It's been the Lancers. When we come back, we'll get to the do's and don'ts in the second half here from Coach Edison as well when we return after this 2-minute timeout.
Someone wants to tell you something or ask you something. Oh, come on.
Bring it back after this. Bring it back after this.
Just so we're clear, that wasn't my fault. Next time, ignore your inner
Bring it
voice.
back after this, AJ.
Text and drive.
This message brought to you by Hertz Body Shop and Putney. We deal with these accidents every day, so for your safety, please don't text and drive.
Welcome back here to the Daily Cox Gymnasium. Before we get into our next break, let's send it back courtside with Evan Mangus, who's got Coach Edison.
Thanks, Tony. Coach, that first half, you guys just kind of dominated every aspect of the game. Shooting especially, you shot 64%. And what was it? How you were able to do that?
Well, I played against Jason Groves in high school, and I played with him in college, and he's one of the grittier players I've played against. He's in there telling, they are a team that doesn't give up. They're going to scratch and claw and come fighting back, and we've got to really come out this second half, first couple minutes with a lot of poise, a lot of determination, or the tides can turn awful quick.
What's going to be the biggest adjustment for the second half?
We have to continue to take care of the ball, get high percentage shots, and we got to make them work when they're on that offensive end. We can't give them easy buckets.
All right, thanks, Coach. Back to you, Tony.
All right, Evan, good job. And, yeah, I mean, taking care of the basketball at this juncture is going to be crucial for LaVille because we saw the Lancers have trouble holding the lead in the third quarter against Knox a couple of nights ago.
To be honest, Tony, that's really the only way Triton's going to get back in this. You don't expect LaVille to continue to shoot the basketball like they have for the game, 60% plus clip. But you know, if you're Triton, you're going to have to maybe take some chances, you know, and again, you know, divide the game up here, not just by quarters, but just segments of the quarter, and try to win that, say, 2, 3, 4 minute span within the quarter, and go in, you know, maybe short-term goal as you go into the fourth quarter, you know, and it's, you know, you're within 9, 10 points. And then, you know, halfway through the quarter, you know, maybe it's a 2-possession, 1-possession game if you're Triton. But again, Triton's going to have to get their leading scorer, Oveda, going, and I think they got to get Heckerman going too inside.
It's the 55th annual TCU Bi-County Basketball Tournament on Max 98.3 and LVH1 via the stream, along with Evan Mangus, Doug Griffith, Tony Ross. We get ready for the start of this second half, and you know, we talk about some of the keys that have to be done here for this Triton team to get back in it. But really, they're going to need some defensive stops along the way, and I can just already see this as soon as Jason starts telling his boys to, you know, apply a little more pressure on the ball. Michael's team is going to figure out a way to combat that, because both of these coaches are excellent in adjustments.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And again, LaVille can beat you so many different ways. That's what makes it so tough from a defensive standpoint.
All right, Dill has the basketball at the top of the key. Wants to dribble into the right side, kick to the corner to Bobby Good. Back out it comes to Connor Wazorek. Again, this LaVille team 6 times this season have hit 20-plus field goals in the game. Here they cough up the basketball and give Triton a chance to cut into this 32-15 deficit. Turning with the ball is Yates. Nice crossover, and he's going to bring it back out. Finding Heckerman. He launches a 3-ball. That is good. Heckerman goes downtown for his 4th 3 of the season, and the big guy makes it a 32-18 affair. Wazorek back the other way for the Lancers, who allow Dove now to have it top of the key. Over to Wazorek on the right wing side. Now Fisher with a touch to the corner. Dill had trouble handling it, but it's saved to Dove. Now to Connor Wazorek. One-on-one with Yates. Back to the top of the key to Fisher again. Flashing out is Dill, not open. Good's turn. He can't get it. Now they find Dill, right corner. Got to the baseline, denied anything else. Dove with a skip over to the near wing side. Good grab, Connor Wazorek. Spins through some blue jerseys. Finds his cutter, Fisher, through the middle, but he can't finish. Tipped up by Good. Dove, no good. Rebound loose, out of bounds. Goes off Triton. Clock stops at the 6:37 mark of the third quarter. 32-18. LaVille has the lead.
Checking the Bi-County scoreboard. Bremen advances with a 58-15 victory over Culver. Glenn in complete control with a 53-7 halftime advantage over Oregon Davis.
Well, shaping up to where we thought it was going to be in that boys bracket. And Yates almost tried to get a steal for Triton. Now Dove tries to get something offensively going, and he draws a foul on his baseline drive attempt. Jared Buell is going to get that foul.
Triton foul number 12, Jared Buell.
Bobby Good will inbound left to the basket here. And the lob out caught by Connor Wazorek at the elbow, and he's able to dish it off to Fisher all at once. Fisher, now to Dill. Dill one-on-one against Buell. Back over to the right side to Dove again. Popping out with the touch, Fisher. Looking inside, instead goes corner to Wazorek. Connor skips it all the way across the Dill. He'll pop a 3. Good! Andrew Dill knocks it down. His 11th 3 of the season. 35-18 Lancers. So Triton back on the offense. Keegan Westerford gets to the near side. Just got it over to Oviedo. He goes in for the right side layup, and Ashton scores.
Triton basket.
So Ashton gets the bucket. Oviedo, who in that first half only had 2 points. He's the team's leader. Here's a miss and a re-grab by Triton, and now they're back on the run. This is Yates' pocket pick. Here come the Lancers. This is Dove to the near corner. Good. To the top. Yates gets a steal and a bad pass. He goes for the breakaway layup. Caught from behind by Wazorek. And it's last touched out of bounds. And who to go off of? That's the question. They're going to say it went off LaVille. Michael Edison not sure about that, as Triton will get the inbound anyways. Lob into Heckman, broken up by Dub, stolen away by Dill. He's one-on-one with Oviedo. Layup score! Andrew Dill makes it 37-20 LaVille. Triton runs the offense once again. Oviedo dribbles to the left wing side. Bad pass. It may have got deflected from behind, and it was, as Dove caught with a reach around there to deflect it away. Alec Coleman's coming in for Bobby Good as one Lancer substitution, and Amstead's coming in for Triton, and he's going to replace Bulis.
Quentin Amstead.
You know, we talk all the time about hustle and effort. How about that breakaway block by Connor Wazorek on Tyson Yates? Again, you know, it's 15, 17 point.
Westifer with a drive and score for the Trojans. 37-22 now.
Basket is good.
But to complete your thought, that's just a great hustle effort play by Connor Wazorek. That should have been an easy two.
Triton turns the ball over, and so then, you know, the lead stays where it was.
So Westifer will go to the free throw line. Westifer, very physical. This kid's a good shooter, especially 10 feet in. He's going to dot the I with that one. So he connects on the and one, making it a 37-23 affair. Under 5 now to go into third. Wazorek with the ball, finding Fisher. Right side of Coleman. Coleman looking inside, nothing happening. Now Wazorek with it. Yates guards him. Wazorek is going to get fouled by Yates on the hand check, stopping the clock right at the 4:47 mark.
Number 24, Tyson Yates.
This Triton team had, previous tonight, had given up 110 points off turnovers. And I bring up that scenario because LaVille's been able to take advantage of some of the Triton turnovers here tonight that have come at untimely times, or times where you just don't need to have that giveaway, but it happens. Here's Dove with the drive, and the ball rolls across the rim and out. Foul on Triton coming up. It'll be a two-shot foul. So the foul goes against Heckman, and to the free throw line will be Austin Dove. Austin Dove has 17 rebounds in his last 3 games. And the free throw too long here. Austin from the line. Right at 53, or make that 49% from the charity stripe. This has been a struggle for him this season. He just had his 39th attempt. Here's his 40th attempt, and he goes 1 of 2. 38-23, LaVille with the lead. Triton has the basketball. Yates guarded up by Wazorek. Yates one-on-one with Wazorek, crosses over on him. Gets across the timeline, takes the left side, bullets one down low to Heckman, backing into Dill. There's the mismatch, and Heckman will win that every day. That's about a 4 or 5 inch size differential. Not to mention about a 10-foot wingspan differential, 38-25. I'm exaggerating there a little bit, but you get the gist. This is Gill at the top of the key for the Lancers, up 38-25 on this possession. Dove. He's outside the perimeter, skips it all the way to the corner, leading in Dill. Dill goes baseline, and a blocking foul called on Triton. So the clock stops at 3:49. Jason Groves is looking for an offensive foul on that particular play, but did not get the call. Andrew Dill checks out of the game.
For Triton, number 14, John Gardner.
So now you got Wazorek, Dove, Fisher, Good out there, and those are the 5. And then Coleman, who just inbounded, gets it into Fisher. He goes in strong, and he got tripped up on his way to the bucket. And that'll stop the clock at 3:45. Free throw shooting this year for the Lancers. In the beginning of the year, LaVille hit 16 free throws against Westville, 14 against Bremen in August, 11 against Winnemac in the first 4 games. That's 55 free throw points, which is about 24% of LaVille's 224 points they had scored in the beginning of the season. Since those 4 games, LaVille has just made 45 free throws, which translates to a meager 14%. So free throws have kind of been obsolete step in the last couple of games, and those knockdowns by Jimmy Fisher, which makes it 40-25. Oviedo will give it into the hands of Yates. Heckman hands it off to Gardner, who hands it out to Oviedo. Oviedo through traffic, bullets one down low, read well like a book by Wazork, who gets the steal. The Lancer guard brings it up court. Zips it over to Fisher, into the corner, good. His shot blocked. Oviedo went to get the rebound, but he couldn't save it. But Westerfer will, and here goes Triton on the counter. Oviedo to the near wing side, finding Gardner. Can't get it to the post up. Now he does into Heckman. Guarded up by Dove, who bodies him and gets called for a physical foul. It's been a fun matchup to watch tonight. Heckman and Dove.
Foul number 34, Austin Dove.
The clock is stopped at 3:08 left in his third.
Here's number 42, Tommy Gozy.
Now, as we mentioned earlier on in the game, Argus takes on Bremen in the girls matchup Thursday night, and John Glenn will take on Triton in game 2 in the second matchup. And we got both of them Thursday night here on Max 98.3. Triton on the offense, Westerfer with the ball now. Westerfer.
After Good just scored on a breakaway lay-in.
And it's Heckman with a drive. That's no good. Loose ball. Heckman almost got it back. Did by tipping it to Yates. Shot fake, block, gets it back. Throws up a floater and missed it wide left. Got the Lancers. Resort to the near side to Good. Backs into his guy. Now to Coleman. Coleman guarded by Oviedo. Worked over to Wazork. Now to Gozy. Gozy finding Good on a catch and shoot three. Good! Bobby Good from downtown again. Timeout called. Jason Groves not happy. He thought a moving screen may have taken place during all that setup. But now it's a 20-point lead again for LaVille. 45-25, 2:21 left to go in the third. Back with more. TCU by County basketball after this 30-second timeout.
All water recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has it in stock. From sampan, aqua patio, and sweetwater pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver Portside Marina can help. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 842-5000. Culver Portside Marina.
Well, our 55th annual TCU by County basketball coverage brought to you by our good friends at Denmar Automotive. If you're looking for a quality auto repair in the Plymouth area, you found it at Denmar Automotive on East Jefferson Street. They know how important it is to find car service you can rely on, so your satisfaction is their top priority in every day at D&M Automotive. Visit DenmarAutomotive.com for details. Also by YSC Gear, your local hometown sports store, located at 214 North Michigan Street in beautiful downtown Plymouth. Now buying and selling used sporting goods. Stop by and get cash on the spot for your gently used sporting goods, cleats, and athletic shoes. Mention the Max Special and receive 10% off your purchase. Evan Mangus was in the Triton huddle.
Yeah, Tony, Coach Groves just told his guys that they got to make sure they're playing relaxed. They did at the beginning of this third quarter, but they started to get a little antsy as the quarter went on.
All right, Triton works the offense over to Keegan Westerfer, and his three ball no good, and a rebound foul on Triton going for the loose ball. Well, tonight is the 36th meeting between these two programs. Triton 25-10 against LaVille. LaVille won last year 49-34. The last Triton win was a couple of years ago when they beat LaVille here at Daily Cox Gymnasium 41-37. Right now, LaVille on their way, or at least 2 minutes left to go here in the third with a 45-25. Here's a lob pass stolen by Triton. And it was just a flat-out bad pass that hits Oviedo with it for Triton. Oviedo calling for some help. Yates will come out. Tyson grabs. Tyson, one-on-one with Doyle. Wants to cross on him. Skips it to the back door to Heckman. Great catch and shoot, but it rolled all the way around and out, and a missed bunny for Tyler Hackerman. On the counter of the Lancers. Doyle with it. Now to Gozy. Gozy gets to the elbows and hands it off to Fisher. Now Connor on a catch and shoot. Missed the three, and the rebound tipped around. Hackerman fouled by one of the two Lancers that got on him. And that goes against Jimmy Fisher.
LaVille foul number 44.
So Jimmy Fisher picks up his second foul. Third team foul on LaVille. 6 if you're keeping track at home for Triton. Tyson Yates will bring the ball up across the timeline for the visiting Trojans. Bad pass. Doyle stepped in front, stole it easily. Now to Wazork. He'll wait for some help. Now to Jimmy Fisher. Shot fake from three land. Goes in for the drive in the paint. Missed it left. Rebound grab by Triton. Gardner's going to push it up. Gardner on a crossover. Waits. Still waits. Now they're looking to get him trapped, and Gardner passed it out. Yates to Heckerman. Heckerman backing into his man Fisher. Turns with a jump hook with the left hand. No good. Rebound Oviedo to keep it alive for the Trojans. Oviedo with 38 seconds goes in with a hook, and he is blocked by Connor Lazorek. Rizzo with his 6th block of the season for the Lancers. Still a 20-point advantage for LaVille at 45-25. Triton will inbound left to the basket here. Here's the lob in. Westerfer takes it. Kicked it back to the right corner to Yates. Yates still looking. Now he'll dribble all the way to the top of the key. Gets it in between the half-court line and the back volleyball line.
How about the job Bobby Good's done on Oviedo, Tony? Yeah. He only has 4 points, and Good just all over him.
Oviedo with it. Oviedo gets to the near side to Yates. Heckerman can't find anybody, and now a pass goes in between Gardner and Oviedo, who didn't have that spacing that Coach Groves was talking about, and it cost Triton a turnover. With 3.7 seconds left, Jason's so frustrated right now, he calls a timeout with 3.7 seconds left.
And LaVille has the ball.
LaVille has the ball, up 20. So we'll keep it here. Yeah, that's just the kind of night it's been for this Triton team. LaVille currently stands tied for first place in the Hoosier North Athletic Conference with 3 wins and 1 loss, putting them even at Knox, even though none of these games are going to be conference counted. These are all going to be tournament games, especially these 2 are going to be participating in. But boy, I tell you, it is fun to look at the history at these 2 programs. Triton, 12-time sectional champions, 6-time regional champions, won 4 semi-states. They even got a state championship back in 2008 at the horn. Resort tries to get a 3 off, and he is short. We have completed 3 quarters of basketball from the Daily Cox Gymnasium at the 55th annual TCU Bi-County Basketball Tournament. 45-25 LaVille. Back with the 4th quarter after this timeout.
Substitution for the Lancers, number 23, Andrew Dill. Substitute for Triton, number 30, Quentin Anderson.
.25 LaVille, or scratch that. I'll get the score here shortly. What happens if you don't have the scoreboard in front of you? The Lancers have the lead here over the Triton Trojans, and with 3.7 seconds left, Jason Groves calls a timeout, frustrated with his team's performance on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, the spacing wasn't right, and like Evan said, the coach said in one of the previous timeouts, just didn't like how tight his team got as the quarter wore on, and as a result, very comfortable lead here for the Lancers, and Triton just never has recovered from that first quarter blitz that LaVille hit him with.
Heckerman with the basketball on the right wing side, finding Westerfer. Left wing side to Yates. Popping out Oviedo, left open for 3. He missed it. The rebound taken by Andrew Dill. Dill will push the ball up across the timeline. Dill getting into the paint. Had his pass stolen by Westerfer. He tipped it to Yates, who had to tip it to himself to get open to Westerfer. Shot fake, foul, and that's how that play ends. So Westerfer with a good transition opportunity.
42, Tommy Gozzi.
Tommy Gozzi will get called for the Lancer foul.
To the line for Triton. Shooting 2.
Westerfer at the charity stripe this season, right at 50% coming into tonight. Free throw is up, and that's good. This Triton team has seen their makes dwindle as this season's gone on. Only twice since the first 4 games has LaVille hit double-digit free throws. The Knox win, was the last one, but it was just a scenario where it's been a struggle for this Triton team. They went 12 of 13 against Trinity at the line this season. Here's LaVille back the other way, and Bobby Good just line drives a corner 3. 48-26 Lancers. Oviedo drives into the paint. Good move, and he got the roll. Ashton Oviedo showing flashes of what he's been able to do all season long, just not tonight. Dill on a catch-and-shoot 3. That's no good. Tipped out by Gozi, and he's going to get called for over the back.
LaVille foul number 42, Tommy Gozi.
So Gozi called for his second.
Number 12.
5 team fouls on LaVille, 6 for Triton. Tomorrow night, Max 98.3 will have Ancilla College basketball. It'll be a women's men's doubleheader starting around 5:20 Eastern with the pregame show. Lake Michigan comes to town at the Liveplex. Bring your radios along to tune in. Evan Mangus and yours truly will have the action. Triton runs the offense. Yates dribbles to the free throw line. Stutter steps, goes in for the lane flip up. No good. Rebound taken by LaVille. Gozi with an outlet. Tries to lead to Wazork. We had to chase it down. Saved it. Nice pass to Good. Back to Wazork in the corner for 3. It's long. And a rebound taken by Yates. He's fouled from behind by Wazork at the 6:25 mark of the 4th. So now each team with 6 fouls.
LaVille foul number 3, Connor Wazork.
20-point advantage here for the Lancers, 48-28. Triton will have the basketball. Yates will get it to Oviedo. Slips by his guy with a floater. Nice play. Oviedo's so quick. Great athlete. Made a tough shot look easy there. So 18 points now the deficit for Triton, who gets back on defense as LaVille runs the half-court set. Bobby Good had his pocket pick, but got it back, and then zipped it over to Dill. Dill back to Good on the perimeter around the Dove right side. Austin gets it back to Connor. Connor wants to attack that lane, denied, finds Dill. Dill one-on-one with Amstead. Now to Gozi. And Gozi lost it. Wazork bailed him out. From the save, Wazork with the dribble. Gets to the free throw line. Dumped it down low. Shot fake put up Dove, and he's fouled. So that'll stop the clock at the 5:29 mark.
Triton foul number 33.
This LaVille team is getting off about 47 shots per game, Doug.
Shooting 1
and they have in 3 of their last 4 games been able to get off 50-plus shots. As this free throw goes in. But what's ironic, in those 3 games of 50-plus shot attempts, they're 1 and 2. That's just how unique this season has been for this LaVille team, coming in at 6 and 4 to the Bi-County tournament. Is that free throw down as well? Back to a 20-point advantage, LaVille. 50-30. Clock dwindles down to 5:24. Triton ball. Yates has it. Finds Tyler with it. And Heckerman will pull it out. Heckerman's bad pass. Wazork steals. 1 against 2. Now 2 and 2. But missing the bunny was good. And the rebound taken away by Heckerman. Outlet to Amstead. And Amstead will slow it down. He'll try to cross in to the right elbow. Kick it to Yates. Out of the baseline drive. Back out to Heckerman. Oviedo for 3, and that's no good. Tipped out, and Dove will get it for LaVille. Saved it to Wazork, and now across the timeline, Connor finding Jimmy Fisher. Fisher puts the ball down, dumps it off on the wing to Bobby Good. Now Dill with a flying catch, literally in midair. Andrew. Now to Fisher on the left wing side. One-on-one with Yates. Worked around to Wazork. Wazork still with it, still looking. Now to Bobby Good. To the elbow, Fisher. Right side, Dill. Dill pulls the ball back out. Reversed it over to Dove, and now Wazork. And Here's the lob into Dove. Catch, shoots, couldn't spin it home. Loose ball deflected and off Eckerman, taken by Yates. So Triton survives that offensive opportunity, but they almost give it back. Only Yates was able to get it. And Triton with possession again. Oviedo just hawked by the second fastest, if not maybe the fastest defender on the team in Dill. Beulah's pass with a bad one, but it deflects to Amstead. Down low to Yates. Kicks it over to the corner, Oviedo. Dribbles to the baseline, lobs it out, finding Yates. And from the right side goes in strong and a blocking foul on Andrew Dill. We'll stop the clock, the 3:37 mark in this one.
LaVille foul number 23, Andrew Dill.
50-33, Lancers with the lead. Yates, though, with a chance to cut into the deficit as he goes to the free throw line. You mentioned Yates at 67% from the charity stripe this season on a 74% shooting team from the foul line.
42, Tommy
Dill checks out, Gozy comes in, Dove checks out, Coleman checks in.
Tony, I was watching Michael Edison there on the sideline. You would have thought his team was down 2 or 4 points on the defensive end.
Yeah, but that's never going to change.
He gets in a defensive stance.
Boy, Heckerman just flew up a wild shot after grabbing a missed free throw, and boy, I don't know why he didn't square it up. Looked ugly. Gozy with the ball. Lob into Connor. Catch, shoot, missed it. The rebound taken by Triton. Here is Amstead through traffic. Goes in strong, and an offensive foul called on Amstead. And uh-oh. Came down wrong on that right leg that's got a knee brace on it, and you hope he's going to be okay. He's going to get up. Right now he's limping, but
Quentin Amstead.
I think we're going to have a substitution for Amstead, and that's going to be the case. As checking in will be John Gardner.
John Gardner.
So Amstead will grab a bench right next to the Triton athletic director.
Well, he just fouled out.
Oh, did he? Okay. I didn't even know a foul was called there. Huh.
Charge.
Charge? All right. So the Lancers go back the other way. Gozy with the ball. Now to Fisher. 1-on-1 with Yates. Baseline drive up strong. Got the roll.
Lancer basket, Jimmy Fisher.
52-30 now, Lancers. Under 3 to go in the game. Yates with the basketball. Well, another play where a player cut, but the pass didn't go. It went to where the cutter was. So another poor pass by Glenn. They give up possession. Hunter McIntyre is going to check back into the game here for the Trojans as Heckerman will grab a seat. Doyle into the game for the Lancers as well, as the LaVille Lancers looking to improve to 7-4 on the season. And we'll get ready for a matchup against Glenn. Resort over to Doyle. Doyle now to Fisher. Almost had his pocket picked, and a reach and foul by Westerfer stops the clock at 2:19. The boys game has been decided. New Prairie will be taking on Bremen next Friday night. Glenn overwhelmingly winning at Oregon Davis, and the Lancers are 2:19 away from joining the win parade, as that free throw's no good from Fisher, and the rebound taken by Triton. Westerfer will give it to Oviedo. Oviedo crossing on, gets by Doyle. Pull-up jumper at the free throw line is short. Taken by Fisher. Good box out by the big boy. Now he outlets Dill. Now we got a whistle and a travel call on Dill. He was looking to find Doyle on the left side, and the fact that he couldn't find him altered momentum. So the turnover by LaVille gives Triton the ball with 2:03 left. Well, Jimmy Fisher's going to check out of the game.
Number 34, Austin Dove.
And Austin Dove back into the game. Oviedo with the basketball. Stopped at the top of that 2-3 zone, not once but twice. Able to find Westerfer left wing. Westerfer to Bulis. Bulis wants to attack the paint. Stopped at the elbow there. Kicked it back out. Gardner outside the perimeter. Gardner one-on-one with Gozzi, able to find Oviedo. Oviedo one-on-one with Dope, gets by him, but then the help side by LaVille stopped him in his tracks. However, a foul by LaVille stops the clock at a minute 39.
LaVille foul number
That'll go against
32,
Aiden Doyle.
Doyle. Ashton Oviedo to the line.
Ashton Oviedo will go to the free throw line. And the free throw is up and no good. And the rebound taken by Gozzi. Outlet into Doyle. Now Dub on the run. Gets by Westerfer for the layup. Missed it. And a rebound to Triton. Gardner's going to try to lead the pack. He's quickly doubled at half court. Able to find Oviedo. Leads it left side to Bulis. Bulis ends up traveling on a move he tried to make against Dill. So the Triton turnover happens at the .24 mark of the fourth. 52-30 Lancers with the lead. So Dill with the basketball. Dill crossing over. Pulls the ball back out. Gardner guarding him, and Gardner got too close with a minute 9, which stops the clock. That foul. So to the free throw line will go Andrew Dill. Andrew
Dill to the line for the Lancers.
Only his 6th game back. He had made a field goal in the last 3 games where he went 0 for 11. And the free throw is up and good. Tonight, a little different. So the first free throw, no good. Second one gets ready. And that one will go in. 53-30. LaVille with the lead. Lancers will get to 7-4, while Triton will drop to 6-5. Oviedo pulls the ball back out, goes one-on-one with Dill again. Bullets one inside to Westerfer, turning and shot faking. Can't get a shot away as Gozzi just, not was he talking, but he's letting his teammates know where he's at and what he's doing. Good defense by Gozzi. Kick to the far side to Gardner, couldn't find his 3. Gets it down low, Hunter to Westerfer cutting through, high up the glass and in. A nice shot by Keegan Westerfer. Down to 35 seconds left in the game. 53-32, LaVille. Dill with the basketball. Now to Doyle. Back to Dill. Dill, one-on-one. Has to pull the ball back out and escapes. Lobs it to the near side to Doyle with 13. And so the countdown begins, and here's a steal by Westerfer, tipping to Oviedo, and the layup is good with 4 seconds left for the Trojans. And that's how this one will come to an end. Final score, 53-34. LaVille with the win, and they will have a big matchup against John Glenn on Friday night in the semifinal round. Don't go away. Coming up next, it's our Ponderosa Steakhouse postgame show, as we'll be talking with Evan Mangus in just a little bit. He'll be with Coach.
LaVille boys will advance to the semifinal round.
We'll also talk with Michael Edison. And right now, as Evan waits for Coach Groves, let's get a chance to talk with him here real quickly. Evan, go ahead.
Thanks, Tony. Coach, obviously a disappointing loss, but after that first quarter, your boys basically played even with LaVille.
Yeah, you know, I can't get off to a start like that against a good team like LaVille. I mean, they outplayed us in every aspect of the game pretty much, so, you know, give them credit. You know, I'm a little disappointed, but, you know, it is what it is.
Austin Oviedo kind of came alive in that second half. Talk a little bit about his performance.
Well, you know, I talked to our kids. We got to play well in big games. We can't just show up against, you know, the lesser teams. We got to, you know, we got to LaVille at home at their place. We got to have players step up and make plays. And, you know, I just, you know, I think he did step it up the second half, but we can't get off to, like I said, can't get off to a start like we did. Got to take care of the ball. You know, they fought hard, but, you know, just got dug ourselves in the hole too early.
Still have one more game that you'll get to play in this Bi-County tournament. What are you going to be able to take from this game to kind of use in that next game?
We just got to get better in all aspects of the game.
All right, thanks, Coach. Back to you, Tony.
All right, thanks, Evan. That is Jason Groves joining us here on our post-game show, brought to you by our good friends at your Plymouth Ponderosa. At your Plymouth Ponderosa, get our wings to go in 12, 25, or 50 party packs. Call Ponderosa for your next catering event. All right, we're going to take a look at numbers. We'll take a look at our plays and players of the game, so don't go away. It's all coming up, and hopefully a chance to talk to Coach Edison in the process when we return.
Has the customer printing company handcuffed you financially? Are you tired of them missing their deadlines? Well, that's why TCP in Plymouth has your solution. This third-generation company since 1959 has now locked out their competition with a new digital printing unit called the Savin Digital Press. This digital printer has revolutionized the printing industry and is now at TCP in Plymouth. They can do full-color printing on anything from business cards, short-run brochures, pocket folders, to posters. And right now, TCP wants you to bring in a competitive quote, and they'll match or beat that price. Call TCP at 936-9505 to change your business look. TCP, changing the printing industry one satisfied customer at a time. Hey, sports fans, did you know you can catch a great deal on a brand new Chevy Buick or pre-owned vehicle from Shepherd Chevy Buick of Rochester at the corner of 14 and 25. That's right, Shepherd's won't be beat when it comes to a new car, Chevy or Buick pricing. And they have over 300 great pre-owned vehicles in the Shepherd Family Auto Group. So go see them today at the corner of 14 and 25 in Rochester or online at shepherdsrochester.com. And remember, at Shepherd Chevy Buick in Rochester, they will always treat you like family. Culver Sportside Marina handles all water and recreational needs.
Just
when it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has it in stock from sampan, aqua patio, and sweetwater pontoons. If you're looking for a family boat, Culver Portside Marina can help. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 842-5000. Culver Portside Marina. If you're a meat and taters kind of person, then you'll love Ponderosa's new ranch hand platters. Enjoy 3 platters like the ranch hand ribs and chicken, the mouth-watering ribs and sausage. Or how about all 3 on one plate, served with the delicious flavor of our honey barbecue sauce. Fries and coleslaw are included. And if you're having a party, get wings to go. Get the 12, 25, or 50 for your big celebration. We want you to enjoy a meal away from home where you'll be treated like family with great food, friendly service, and a wide range of options. This only happens at your local Plymouth Ponderosa Steakhouse in Plymouth. Call 936-4128 or like them on Facebook. Welcome to the Plymouth Ponderosa post-game show. Once again, let's get back to Tony Ross.
Well, welcome back here to the Daily Cox Gymnasium. Again, the final score, 53-34. The LaVille Lancers will advance to Friday night's semifinal round with a win over the Triton Trojans. The Trojans, they fall now to 6-5 on the season, while the Lancers improve to 7 wins and 4 losses. Coach Michael Edison is going to join us here in just a few moments to talk about this performance here tonight. And, you know, the one thing that was very fun to see about this Lancer team is, I know you suffered a tough one against Elkhart Memorial on the road, Michael, but doggone it, your boys are playing some real focused basketball right now.
You know what? That was one of our keys, and I didn't really mention maybe that to you, but we wanted to focus the best we could on every single possession. Now, do you fall short of that? Yeah, we fall short, but that's our focus. And we try after each possession to just reset and focus in. Yeah, I was very pleased with several areas. We shot the ball well tonight.
Yeah.
Our half-court defense, rebounding, and taking care of the ball. Those are some keys for us that we got to maintain, we got to do. And our mentality is we can stay with any team we play one possession at a time. Look at the big picture. I mean, I don't know. I heard a rumor that Glenn might have won.
They did.
Okay.
Rumor correct.
Glenn's awful good. But I think we can stay with them one possession at a time. If you look at the whole big picture, they're tough to beat. But we just got to focus in on one possession at a time and see what we can do.
Michael, how about your start? You race out to an 11-0 lead. It grows to 19-1. You end the first quarter shooting 71% from the floor. I mean, just you couldn't have really asked for much better. And I thought your team was locked in from the start on the defensive end.
Yeah, those were some of the things we wanted to do, and you're right, they were. And you know what? I glanced up the clock
in the fourth quarter, and we were up 20 points. And with about 3.5 to go, and I was just so locked in, and I thought at any time they could come back, just because I know the type of coach Jason Groves is. I know what type of players they have. They're just battlers, and I know that my guys, if we were down, we'd be doing everything we could to come back. So I didn't ever feel, I guess to answer your question or statement, I didn't ever feel content or like, we've got this thing.
How about in the opening quarter, you had all 5 starters get in the scoring column.
Got in it.
I mean, again,
and that's nice. That's nice when everybody gets involved. I kind of out of the corner of my eye saw Coach Groves kind of shaking his head when Jimmy Fisher hit a shot from outside, and then even when Tommy Gozy got in and drained one right inside the three-point line. And sometimes I've been on the other end of that, where just everything another team throws up is going in, and it can be frustrating. I told our guys, though, we aren't thinking of Triton right now. We're thinking of our next game, but I just want you to keep in the back of your mind that when we play Triton again over at their place, it'll be a totally different game. I mean, right. And you can watch college ball, you can watch high school ball, you watch a Big Ten, team might blow them out at home, and then on the road it's a totally different story. So we'll have to be more focused that next time we play them.
You're listening to the Ponderosa Steakhouse postgame show, talking with the victorious head coach of the LaVille Lancers, Michael Edison. Hey, you did this performance tonight minus Leighton Zarnecki, one of your outside shooters, and all around much improved player defensively. And so was there a challenge in that locker room saying, okay, it's got to be a next man up here?
Well, yeah, we knew we only had 8 guys. I think that's what Coach Groves had, too. So you're always thinking in your back of your mind, foul trouble or somebody getting hurt. You don't want that to happen. But, yes, it was. And Andrew stepped up. We had all our bench play, I thought, played very well. And it's nice when everybody gets a chance to contribute.
How about the game Bobby Good gave you? I thought it was great on
Bobby
both ends.
Shot well, rebounded. Got some deflections, just did some really good things. I was proud of Tommy Gozy's charge he took late in the game. Those are just things that we work on, and I can rattle through each one of the guys, but it's just I'm proud of each one of them. But we know we got to get back down to reality, and not you're only as good as your next possession, your next game, and
that first game with Glenn was a dogfight. I mean, I know it stretched out there towards the end, but it was a 1 or 2 possession game.
I think we were down 1, and Barker hit 2 back-to-back threes, and maybe put them up 7, and then it was, and they'll do that. And I didn't think they played their best game. But guess what? Didn't think we played our best game either.
That's right. But I tell you what, your last 3 games, 2 of them which we've seen, you boys are playing well, my friend. So it's going to be a great Friday night matchup with the John Glenn Falcons in the rematch. Congratulations on
Looking
a nice
forward
win.
to it. Hey, thanks for doing this for us, guys.
You're kidding me? It's a pleasure. Thank you for helping us out. Michael Edison, the head coach of the LaVille Lancers, joining us here on our post-game show, presented by good friends at your Plymouth Ponderosa. All right, let's get to our play of the game honors. Our play of the game presented by Johnson Danielson Funeral Home. We're in service beyond expectation with Johnson Danielson Funeral Home. And Dougie, where do you want to go with our play of the game?
Well, I'm going to go really early because that was really where the game, LaVille not only seized control, they seized command of the game. I'm going to go with Austin Dove's dunk. I just think, sometimes dunks can be overblown, but they can also, be huge momentum builders. And it gave, at the time, LaVille an 8-0 lead. And, of course, like we talked with Coach Edison, they expand that lead to 11-0, 19-1. But I just think it was indicative, came off a turnover, breakaway dunk. LaVille had, again, complete command, so I'm going to be a little ESPN-ish for us tonight and go the Austin Dove dunk. I could have gone a lot of ways. I mean, that run was, that's one, coaches dream of when you score 19 to 20 points to start the game.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that's our play of the game, brought to you by good friends at Johnson Danielson Funeral Home. And at Johnson Danielson Funeral Home, it's service beyond expectation. When we come back, our players of the game, we'll take a look at numbers as well, all part of the post-game show presented by your Plymouth Ponderosa.
That's when I found my credit union.
Hey, AJ, are you recording our sports updates?
24/7 cashback on debit card.
Do you know?
Yeah, my kids beg to go to TCU.
Okay. No, I'm just saying, Lenny hasn't talked to you about recording him? Okay, no problem. Don't worry about him.
Time now for the player of the game.
Our players of the game brought to you by Bowen Printing, where service, smiles, and custom creations are what we specialize in since 1943. Call Dawn at Bowen Printing for all of your promotional needs. All right, let's get to our players of the game. Let's start with Triton.
Well, again, Oviedo was their leading scorer because of that last-second layup. He finishes the game as their only double-digit scorer, 10 points, but was held to just 2 in the opening half. I'm going to go with Keegan Westhaver. I thought, he was really a spark, finishes with 8 points, second on his team in scoring, and I just liked his overall game. I think Westhaver's much deserving for Triton's player of the game.
All right, so Keegan Westhaver is our Triton winner, and for LaVille.
Yeah, I mean, Bobby Good is the guy tonight, with maybe honorable mention going to Andrew Dill. Andrew Dill had 13 points, but Good was good, throughout. And again, like I said, not just from the scoring column, but he knocks down 3 triples. And I liked everything about his game tonight, especially as Coach Edison said, he really got after it on the defensive end and, clean the glass, which is what LaVille needs. So he finishes with 15 points, 8 of which came in the second half.
So those are our players of the game, presented by Bowen Printing, where service, smiles, and custom creations are what we specialize in since 1943. Call Dawn at Bowen Printing for all of your promotional needs. All right, we're back to wrap it up here at the Daily Cox Gymnasium. We'll take a look at numbers as well. Don't go away. Back after this timeout.
Like we got for Jake.
Hearing loss happens gradually with age, making it easy to ignore. Yet most older Americans aren't getting their hearing tested. Untreated hearing loss can keep your loved ones from enjoying what they cherish most.
Dad, can you hear me?
Bremen wins.
Don't let that happen. Speak up about hearing loss. You'll be glad you did.
Visit Alan Reese Hearing Aid Center, located at 322 North Michigan Street, Suite C, in Plymouth.
Well, what a great opening round of the 55th annual